todos, ¿cómo están? Hola, hola. So excited you are with us today. I am so happy that you came to join me on this amazing Fluency Friday Masterclass. Give yourselves a hand for being here today because I know you could be doing anything right now. You could be on a language app. You could be practicing in a workbook somewhere, binge watching grammar rules on a YouTube video, but you chose to be with me today, and I'm so excited about it. Go ahead and mute yourself at this time, and then I will have you guys unmute when we practice our español. If this is your first time seeing me, you're like, ¿Quién es esa persona que estás hablando en español? Let me tell you, I am Profesora Chris, the founder and CEO of Speak Spanish Easy. And I am so happy that you came to join me because I've been teaching Spanish for 20 years, you guys, over here in these streets, getting people fluent in less than 90 days through my proven Lucas method. And I'm so excited that you're here with me to learn a little bit more of how to approach language learning. So let's go ahead. Let's go into this chat. I want to know who's in the room. All right, go ahead and put in the chat right now. I want to know a little bit about you. So tell me where you're from and tell me why you want to learn Spanish. Okay, put in the chat. Also, get used to your reactions inside of the Zoom because that's how I get fueled. When I see you interacting, when I see the hearts, when I see the claps for all the people trying Espanol and speaking it, even though they're nervous, right? They're speaking it. It's just such a blessing for us all to come together and do this. So, as you guys are getting used to your chat, I see the fuegos emojis, those fire emojis. Perfecto, Tika, I see you. And then the rest of you guys, I want to just say, hola, Xanthia. So good to see you. We talked on the phone. Yes, I love it. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's go through these chats and see where everybody's at. So we got Michelle over in San Francisco. San Francisco. Now you've lived in California your whole life and still can't speak Spanish. That's a problem, right? It's un problema because over here in California, that is literally like probably our first language over here. It's Spanish. You should be born not screaming, okay, but screaming ay 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 over here in Little Mexico town, okay? Because there's so many people that speak Spanish here. And so I'm so excited you're with us, Michelle. Muchas gracias. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at Tika. Tika, she says, soy de Memphis, Tennessee. Hola. And we got to give some credit to Isaiah over there. I see you over there. ¿Estás bien? Are you good? Qué bueno, qué bueno. All right. It's so good to see you. They live in Norfolk, New Hampshire, I want to say. Is that right?
Nebraska.
Okay, so Nebraska, but they're in Mississippi, down the street from Memphis for the summer. She says her son and her want to beat their husband learning Spanish this summer. How's it going so far since you've been connected to Speak Spanish Easy? Are you speaking more Spanish?
Sí,
Oh,
sí.
we're doing good.
Muy bien.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's move on to Tamika. Tamika, I saw Tamika on one of my TikTok lives. She's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you guys. She has several Spanish friends, okay, wanting to learn how to be able to understand and communicate with them better. I love that. Let's give some love for Tika, Tamika. Who else we got in here? Michaela is in here. What's going on? Yeah, welcome. She's from North Carolina, you guys. She's got a lot of family and that she can only speak, through Google Translate. How many of you guys can relate to Michaela right now? Were you like, Google, I need you to come through. Okay. Now, I want to just say that I appreciate you, Michaela, for being with us, speaking Spanish, getting comfortable to finally feel like you're being heard, you're being seen, and not being judged. Okay. So, Michaela, bienvenida. Welcome. All right. We got Jahari in the house. Jahari, hola, from Chicago. All right. I see you. Andrea's with us. I see you, Mama. Is that Mama Andrea? From South Carolina. I had another.
Sí. Hola, mi gente, princesa.
It's so good to see you. I miss you so much. I feel like I haven't seen you forever. Like
I know.
but like talking to you. So make sure you book your call with me so we can
Sí,
follow.
sí, sí.
Okay, perfecto. We got Mama Andrea in the house. ¿Quién más está con nosotros? We got Mercedes. You guys, Mercedes works in healthcare. You know, I love my people that work in healthcare. We have so many testimonies of people that are speaking to patients, feeling confident to finally speak. And so, Mercedes, Bienvenida. Welcome. So glad you're with us. We got Cheryl in the house. Put in the chat right now if you just joined us, okay? And you are wanting to communicate with us. You want to make sure that you are known, where you live, why you want to learn Spanish. That's what I'm going through right now is the chat, okay? All right, awesome. So Cheryl is in Virginia. She wants to move to Mexico. What? You better go, girl. I love that. Get yourself prepared right now because they're going to love you, okay, in Mexico. And all you need to know is, ¿dónde está? Right? Like, where is? So you can figure out where everything is and work your way through Mexico. I love that for you, Cheryl. Bienvenida. Let's show some love to Cheryl and Mercedes and Andrea so far that have joined us today. Let's go. Latrice, she is from NOLA, New Orleans, you guys, and over 50% of her employees speak Spanish. You know you're supposed to be here, Latrice, because you need to be speaking to your staff members. You need to know that they can see you, you can see them, you can have conversations with them. It's going to be amazing. Amazing. I'm so glad you're here, Latrice. Muchas gracias. Thanks for being here with us. All right. We also have Gina, and she lives in Ohio, you guys. ¿De qué parte de Ohio? What part of Ohio do you live? Because I definitely want to know. All right, Gina. Let's give some love for Gina being in the house. What was it?
Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio. Okay, great. We've got another VIP community student that it lives in Ohio. I think he's in Cincinnati. I want to say he's in Cincinnati. Okay, perfecto. Out there in Ohio. Bienvenida, Gina. Welcome. We also have Rhonda in the house from North Carolina, another North Carolinian. I hope I'm saying that right. From North Carolina, we welcome you. So glad you're with us. We got Heather from Houston, Texas. We got Sharifa. Okay. Shay. Oh, Shay. Yes, you were on my TikTok live this past week. I am so excited to see you inside of our masterclass. And it was great to have that moment with you in our live where you were speaking Spanish. Weren't you speaking Spanish, Shay? Wasn't that was so awesome, right? Yes. Okay, we got Arlita in the house. Show some love for Sharifa and Heather and Rhonda and Gina and the trees. Let's go. Show that love. Show them the love. Todos los corazones, los corazones. Aquí estamos, los corazones. Heart, heart, heart is corazón. Everybody say, el corazón es corazón. Qué bueno. All right. Who else do we have in the house? We have Arlita out there in Georgia. She says it's very necessary that she learn Spanish for life. Okay. To learn it for business. I love that, Arlita. So glad you're with us today. Show some love. Oh, okay. Sharifa's in Philly. Hashtag Philly. Okay. Perfecto. And then we have Zoom user. I'm not quite sure who you are. Go ahead and put in the chat if your name on your screen says Zoom user. We want to rename you, make sure we have a name with you. But I see here, I'm not really sure how someone in 2026 does not want to speak Spanish. I am a people person and I like talking to anyone, cualquier persona, right? And I hate when I cannot talk to the Spanish speakers at my job. You know what? I'm feeling you right now, Zoom user. Right there. We're about to blow this up today. Okay. We're about to really help you understand that you can connect with people, whoever they are, wherever they are, right? In a powerful way. So I'm so glad you're with us. Some user, go ahead and put it in the chat so I know who you are. I see a K on there, but I'm not quite sure what your name is, but I would love to know. And we got Miss Rhonda in the house. She says, I want to learn a new language. How many of you guys are like Miss Rhonda? You want to learn a new language. You've been learning English your whole life, right? And here you are now wanting to learn another language. And I love that for you. Philadelphia. Yeah, that's right. Sharifa, they having side conversations over here, you guys. I'm just reading them all. Okay, Daryl. Daryl, we spoke on the phone. Remember? We spoke on the phone. I love that you're here. You're from Midland, Texas. This community is 40% Mexican slash Spanish speaking. That's right. And Daryl, we had a great conversation about how important it is just to be able to know that second language with the people that are around you, right? So I love that you're here. Muchas gracias. All right, we got Xanthia. I hope it's Xanthia. Xanthia. I think that's how you said your name. Yes.
You said it
Xan-
right, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, from Nueva York, you guys. Let's show some love to Daryl and to Xanthia. She says, I feel like I've been learning all my life. Okay, todo mi vida, right? But I haven't mastered it. So my goal is just to become fluent and finally master it. ¿Sabes qué? You can. Sí puedes. You can do it. Just get in the fluency flow. You can do this. I love this. Show some love to Xanthia and also well, Sharifa's all up in here. She really loves communicating. And I love that for you. Thank you so much, Sharifa. Keeping it going. We also got Danny in the house. She came on back. Come on, Danny from Nebraska. My other mom told me I couldn't talk to her in English and taught me, but I stopped using it. And I can read and write and speak some. And so I love that for you because you have been exposed to the language, right? And now it's a matter of you figuring out how do I continue to use this language? Because it's like riding a bike, right? Sometimes we look and we ride our bikes when we're a little child, but then we pick it back up and yeah, we're going to wobble a little bit. But then some muscle memory happens where we just get back on the bike and we start riding it. So it's the same with learning a language. You haven't lost it, okay? It's just a matter of being dormant, almost similar to like a volcano, right? Volcanoes are dormant and then all of a sudden they explode, right? Well, the same with learning a language. All right, yes. Oh, Daryl remembers. He remembers. He said, Estoy tratando de mejorar mi español. Who remembers that from my TikTok live? Who remembers that? Put in the chat right now if you remember that phrase I taught you. Estoy tratando de mejorar mi español, which means I am trying to better my Spanish. Yes. So awesome, you guys. You guys are doing an excellent job with showing love to those that are in here. Eva is with us. Let's show some love to Eva and Francesca, one of our VIP members. Yes, along with Tika. You know that we got VIPers up in here, you guys. I don't know if you know that. We got people that went through my 90-day course that are fluent for their world in here, you guys. You're going to hear from them a little bit later. So I'm so excited to see you guys in our masterclass. Let's hear from Rashika right now. Look at Rashika. I got a chance to talk to her. Not only did I connect with her, but she was a fluency fan on our TikTok shop. She done bought the book. Okay. Spanish phrases made easy. You can find this on TikTok shop, Amazon.com. Spanish phrases made easy. Get your book today. Okay. Because this right here, look at Tika's showing her book. She's like, we got our book. Okay. These are the top 100 Spanish phrases that you can speak literally today and finally build the confidence. And so Rashika, she got her book and it's on her way. I mailed it out today, this morning. Okay, Rashika. So muchas gracias for your support. Rashika is from Shreveport, Louisiana, you guys, out there in Louisiana. She said, I've always wanted to learn Spanish since I was young. I've always had a lot of people walk up to me speaking Spanish and assume that I can. I tried to minor in college and I ended up having to graduate before I got a chance to complete it. And I think Spanish is one of the most popular and fun languages to learn. How do you guys agree with Rashika right now? That she is saying that Spanish is so fun. It's so wonderful to be able to have this language, right? Let's show some love to Rashika. That's right. I love this. And I'm so glad that you're here learning it the easy way. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and let's see who else we got up in here. We got Eva or Eva. I want to say Eva from Florida. Show some love to Eva, to Courtney, to Miss Rhonda from North Carolina. We got Wes in the house. Wes is from Oklahoma. I'm so excited. He said he wants to surprise his wife for their anniversary later this year. How many of you guys think sweet nothings in Spanish is the best? How many of you guys think that would be amazing to speak to your spouse in Spanish just to make their day, right? That's what's up, Wes. I'm already liking you, okay? Because you care about your wife. I love that. Okay, so Sharifa, corazon. I love how you guys are doing that. All right, we got Sean in the house, lives in North Carolina. Awesome. Works in healthcare. And he says, my mother-in-law does not speak English. She is teaching my granddaughter Spanish right now. ¿Sabes qué? That is fuego. That is fire, Sean. That's what I'm talking about. I love that for you. And how awesome would it be to be able to speak to your mother-in-law in Spanish and tell her how amazing she is? I love that. Welcome. Bienvenido. Let's also welcome Kevin. You're the Zoom user. Thank you so much. Thank you for changing it. And I appreciate that. And you put your name in there. Muchas gracias, Kevin. Michaela, you're Mika. You guys, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have my people in TikTok lives and they have different names, right? So I'm now making the connection of Michaela being Mika. And I love that. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm so glad you were able to be a part of my TikTok live last night. Awesome. All right. I think I've got everybody. Oh, wait. Lori? Lori's yes, girl. Let's give it up for Lori being in the house as well. I love that you're here with us. And who else we got? We got Gina in here. ¿Quién más? Put in the chat. Verónica está con nosotros también. Hola, Verónica. All right, you guys. Well, let's go ahead. Let's get started with our time together. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge you, to say, I see you, I hear you, I know you, I love you, right? And so here we are with another masterclass where I get a chance to teach you a little bit. I just, Hmm. Just another VIP. You guys show some love to Ashane for being with us. She is my fluency fan. When I tell you, when I go live, she's literally right there to have the link, all the things. Okay, so let's show some support and love to Ashane. She's out there learning. She's out there in those streets learning Spanish with her family. Her family is speaking Spanish to her and practicing. It's amazing. All right, you guys. Well, let's go ahead and let's dive into our masterclass for today. I'm going to be teaching you a couple sentences and phrases for Spanish today because I truly believe that the more that you are just looking at language of speaking it, then you'll start to build the confidence to finally have conversations in real life, right? And so each and every Fluency Friday, I introduce what I do to people that may have never seen me before, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, whether you're on podcast world, which is a shameless plug. Okay. If you have not subscribed, okay, or followed me on Apple for Speak Spanish Easy podcast, definitely go and do that because this is a great opportunity for you to be able to listen on the go for the phrases that I teach as well. Okay. So as we're on this Zoom right now, this live, I need your interaction because I need your help to help me get to the next level of you finally feeling confident to speak Spanish today the easy way. That's the title of today's lecture because I truly believe that a lot of people have looked at Spanish and said, oh, it's just too hard. I don't know if I can do it because it's just so many grammar rules, so many verb conjugations. I don't know if I can master this, right? And so my goal today is to really change your mindset to finally say, no, you can't, right? You just have to shift why you are learning the language, right? Because Spanish is what? This should be everybody saying it in the chat right now. Spanish is people first Spanish. This is not about you. This is not how great you are in your fluency. It's about who are you connecting to? Like Andrea, every single morning wakes up and she is speaking Spanish on purpose to her husband, right? On purpose because she loves her husband. She loves connecting with him, right? So the mindset is how do I converse with other people who speak this language and I make them better because I know something that can bridge that gap. So before we learn phrases, we need to shift how we think about the language. Not that it's hard, not that you're too old, not that you're not good at languages, right? But speaking Spanish isn't about being perfect, but it's about making people feel seen, feel heard, and feel helped, whatever that looks like on your job, with your family, your friends, or even when you're traveling, right? And why most people never become fluent or because of these things that you see right here on my screen. Most adults are taught Spanish through memorization, grammar overload, right? Pressure to perform, fear of making mistakes. If you can relate to any of these things that I'm saying, put it in the chat right now. If you said, yep, that's me. Yes. I've done the grammar overload. I've done the fear of making mistakes. I've had the worksheets without the conversation, right? You have learned for tests, for examines, right? But you have not learned for real life. And that's where the rubber meets the road, where you have to say to yourself, I'm tired of being in a classroom setting. I'm tired of trying to figure this thing out on my own with grammar rules, right? Understand, in order for you to get fluent, you have to know that it's not your fault. Let's start back with ourselves. You're not the problem. Cynthia, Andrea, Gina, you guys are not the problem. When you understand, oh, that's right. And that's what paralyzes people is they think that they're the problem, right, Kevin? Right, Wes? When you think to yourself, Sophia, you say, man, I don't know if I can do this. That is a confidence issue. It's not a communication issue. Does that make sense? So the goal for you is to realize that in order to get fluent, we have to repeat the phrases that we're learning. Okay. We have to build the confidence that comes from the repetition, right? And we have to know that the confidence will make real conversations with people. And so a lot of you guys may say to yourself, well, I'm just not good at languages. This has never worked for me. Well, let me tell you, I have many testimonials in this room right now of people that it's worked for. And you're not anybody different than them, okay? They're human just like you. They they love speaking Spanish just like you, okay? They just put in the work to actually apply what I have taught. So let's go ahead and break it down into three types of Spanish learners. Okay. This is what has come into my world. I've taught over close to 1,000 students in the last 20 years. And this is exactly what I've seen that they fall into the category. Let me know if it's a one, two, or three. Uno, dos, o tres. Which one can you relate to? Because once you understand how you learn, then you'll be able to combat it when it comes to speaking Spanish. So the first one is the silent learner. This is somebody who knows all the things. Okay. This is the person who tells me, hey, guess what? You know what? I know everything you saying, girl. Everything. Okay. I just don't speak it. I don't speak Spanish, right? You absorb everything, right? But then when it comes to actually speaking it to other people, you get intimidated because they're speaking too fast. If that's you, put a numero uno in the chat right now because I see you. I know you. Say, I'm a silent learner and I'm going to get over this. Okay. I'm going to get over being silent and finally speak. Okay. The second type of learner that I've seen is the perfectionist. I kind of fall into this category too because being a polyglot, I know Vietnamese, Japanese, Tagalog, Italian, French, all of these different languages. And I find myself as being a perfectionist, right? Where I listen to the person telling me what to say, but then I just overthink every word that they're saying. And I'm like, wait, is it going to come out perfect? Right? Because I need to make sure that I sound good so I don't offend them. Right. And so if you feel yourself to be a número dos, a perfectionist, perfeccionista, como yo, right? Somebody like me, I want to tell you, I see you. And that's a way that you learn is you're like, I got to get all my ducks in a row first before I even start to speak. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. This is just how you learn. Okay. So put a número dos in the chat right now if that's you. Número tres, you are the forgetful learner. Man, when it comes to like master classes, going to the next live event, going to the next challenge, going to the next whatever it is that somebody's teaching Spanish on the TikTok lives. You're like, ooh, let me get into that, right? You are the forgetful learner. You get so excited when you're in the class, right? You're saying to yourself, okay, they're saying everything I want them to say. I want them to teach me this. They're teaching me all the things. But then after the class is over, you don't forgot everything that was taught to you. Just somebody speak to you in Spanish. You're like, huh? Okay. I don't know what's going on right now. And if that's you, I just want to say, I see you. I know you. Okay. Because all of my students have fallen into these three categories. So put a numero tres if that's you. I know it's not Daryl because Daryl told me on the phone a phrase that I taught him last week in a TikTok live. Okay. So I know he's definitely not a number three. Right, Daryl? Right? He done told me what I taught him. So I'm like, oh, okay, definitely. Yes, he's getting this. So I love that about my students, that they're finally understanding how they learn. Does this help you? Put in the chat right now. Put C in the chat right now if you know which type of learner you are. Because once you know how you learn, then you can speak Spanish. And I think that's where a lot of our students really kind of sit still and paralyzed, and they don't know how to navigate their learning journey. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's do just some introductions. You introduce yourself of where you are and why you want to learn Spanish. But some of you, this is your first time seeing me, right? You're like, hey, how's speaking Spanish? I'm the founder of Speak Spanish Easy. I've been teaching for the last 20 years, this beautiful language. I was featured on Telemundo as the top Afro-Latina teaching Spanish in an easy way where people finally get fluent in less than 90 days for their world. Right? I'm not teaching them how to be a rocket scientist in Spanish, right? I'm teaching the average housewife that want to speak to her husband, like Andrea, right? I'm teaching the average CT technician how to communicate with her patients, right? I'm teaching the next person, which you'll hear in a little bit, how to go to a Spanish speaking country and order their food and their drinks in Spanish. Okay. That's what we're doing over here. And so I truly love being able to bring my Lucas method to life to people so that they can finally feel confident to speak the language, stop overthinking, and just be passionate about knowing how to go to that next level in their language learning journey. Do you feel confident knowing that I know how to teach this language? Put in the comment section right now if you're like, I've had many a tutors, many a teachers. I wish you were my high school Spanish teacher. If that's you, go ahead and put it in the chat right now. If you're like, I love your energía, I love your energy. I love how you know how you can take me from one place to the next in my fluency journey. This is why I do what I do. I wake up every morning praying for every single one of my students. And I say, God, please open up their ears to hear, open up their eyes to see this language even better than yesterday, right? And so the goal is for you to realize that you know somebody who knows what they're talking about, right? You don't want somebody that just focuses on the language and focuses on the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s of this beautiful language. You want somebody that knows how to build you up, build your confidence, keep you accountable, give you community, all the things. And that's what Speak Spanish Easy is all about. So who's excited right now? Put a fuego emoji. If you're like, yes, you my girl. This is it. Let's go. Vamos. Let's go. Let's get that energy up, get that hearts going on. Let's get the excitement. All right, you guys. Well, guess what's happening? It's Spanish time. Yes, it is. Who's ready to learn their 2 phrases for today? And I want you to use these 2 phrases this weekend, okay? Este fin de semana, tú vas a practicar tu español con tu familia, con tus amigos, everybody that's around you that you know who speaks Spanish, you're going to say these phrases to them. Okay. So get ready because some of you guys are going to unmute yourself and start practicing with me. So the first phrase we're going to learn together is when somebody is speaking Spanish, right? And you're intrigued by what they're saying. You're going to say, can you tell me more about them? Because it's not about how much you know, but it's how much the other person knows, right? So this is a great phrase to have in your phrase bank. So you can finally say this and just wow people, okay, when you're saying it. So this is what you'll say. ¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? Do you hear how I said that? ¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? And it sounds like this in real time. ¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? You get that? So let's practice. Unmute yourself. We're going to go through the first 2 words together. Ready? ¿Me puedes?
Me
Sí.
puedes.
¿Puedes
Me puedes
Very good. Contar.
contar
Yeah. Más sobre
Más.
eso.
más sobre eso. Sobre eso.
Good. And this is just asking for more information, right? So can you tell me a little bit more about that, right? That's what you're saying. So who wants to practice that phrase all by themselves? I gave you the training wheels. Now we're ready to finally ride the bike. Okay, Isaiah, vamos.
¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso?
Sobre eso.
Sobre eso.
Okay, bueno, let's give a hand for Isaiah. That's right. And did you see how he even assessed himself as his mom corrected him gently, right? And then he said, sobre eso. He said it with confidence. That's what I'm talking about. Give some love to Isaiah. That's what I'm talking about.
Good job, sir.
I love it. So now I want you to practice that, Isaiah, with your mom, okay? Make sure you say it how many times? What did we say, Isaiah, last week?
20?
20 veces. That's right. 20 times is correct. All right. Arlita wants to practice, you guys. Let's hear from Arlita. Show some love to her as well. Let's go. Can you tell me more about
Lo siento. ¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso?
That's it, you guys. You are speaking Spanish. Arlita, this right here is amazing how you even said that. And you said it with calmness. You said it with confidence. And now the goal is for you to take this phrase that I just gave you, and it's like a seed. You know how you put like a seed inside of the soil and you wait for it to grow, right? Well, this phrase is like a seed that I want you to take, repeat it, grow it in your mind. And then when you need it, guess what? You're going to say it, right? So, ¿me puedes contar más sobre eso? That is what you want to say when you want to know a little bit more about information that you're hearing. It could be you are working in healthcare, right? There's healthcare workers in this class right now. Imagine a patient telling you, hey, tengo dolor, right? I have pain. Imagine you telling them, ¿puedes contar más sobre eso? Right?
¿Me
Can you tell me
puedes
a little bit more
contar
about
más sobre eso?
There it is, Kevin. I heard you saying it so suave, right? I love it. I love it. Okay, so does this help you? This phrase right here. Who else can use this phrase? Put it in the comment section. How can you use this phrase in real time with real people? Put it in the comment section. I want to know. How would you say this to a family member, a friend, a coworker, right? This is a great phrase to have. Let's go to our next phrase right now. And let's see here. This here is an affirmation. This is what I truly say for my students to have. I have a private podcast available for all of my students that get fluent in less than 90 days. And I tell them the importance of affirmations, not just in English, but in Spanish. When you start to tell your brain, hey, this is important, this is what we're doing, okay? You can now say this in Spanish and it makes a whole different meaning when it comes to finally feeling confident to speak. So this is what I want every single one of you guys to say. Every single time that you're thinking about Spanish, put an alarm on your phone, right? And say my affirmation in Spanish. Because I noticed that some of my students, they feel good about speaking it, right? But sometimes it's hard for them to understand the language that's being spoken. If that's you, put it in the comment section right now. If that's you, you said to yourself, man, you know what? I can speak a little bit, right? But then when they start speaking fast or I don't understand every word they're saying, I get intimidated. I just want to shut down, right? So the goal is for you to say this so that this will help you to build your confidence. And we're saying in English, I'm understanding more and more every day. What are we understanding? Spanish, right? So if you're understanding more and more every day, every time your ears are open to hear the Spanish language, guess what's about to happen, Kevin? What's going to happen, Tika? You're going to understand. Does that make sense? So this is how you say it in Spanish. You're going to say, cada día entiendo más y más. Okay? Let's practice it together. Say, cada día.
Cada día
Cada día.
Cada día.
Entiendo más.
más.
Más y más.
Very good. Cada día entiendo más y más. All right. Who's ready to practice? ¿Quién quiere practicar conmigo? My faithful Isaiah.
Cada día entiendo más y más.
Let's show some love to Isaiah. Our 8-year-old Isaiah is really coming through, okay, today in this class. I love it. Who else wants to practice like Isaiah? That confidence is amazing, young man. I'm so proud of you. Estoy muy orgullosa de ti. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. All right. Who wants to practice like Isaiah did? Go ahead, Kevin.
Cada día entiendo más y más.
That's right. Give some love to Kevin, you guys. ¿Quién sigue? Who's next? Let's go. Veronica, let's go.
Cada día entiendo más y más.
Let's show some love to Veronica. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, ¿quién más? Who wants to go? Come on, Andrea.
Cada día entiendo más y más.
Más y más. Muy bien. I love this for you guys. I love this. So now let's do a review. I want you to say both of these phrases back to back, just the way that I am. Okay? I want you to practice them. I'm going to say it and then you're going to say it after me, after I finish. Okay? So you're going to say, ¿me puedes contar más sobre eso? Then you're going to say right after that, cada día entiendo más y más. What's going to happen is you are going to hear yourself speaking Spanish with the right pronunciation, the right words, and it's going to translate to the person that's listening as a Spanish speaker. So who's ready to challenge themselves to say these scripture? I'm sorry, not scripture. I always go back to scriptures, you guys, because you know it's just in me. It's just in me, right? So it just comes out. But these phrases so that you can finally feel confident to say these in real time. Okay? So go ahead and just unmute yourself. Or you can raise your hand, whatever is easiest for you. I'm looking and seeing who's in here. And then I want to make sure you guys get that practice. All right, Arlita, go ahead. You're going to say back to back these phrases here. You got this. Go.
Okay. ¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? Cada día entiendo más y más.
Let's give her hands. Arlita, that was so good. So good. All right, let's show some love to her in the chat right now. Put that heart emoji. Let her know that you see her, she's valued, and that she's on the right track. I love that. Rashika, yes, girl, let's hear.
Cada día entiendo más y más.
Let's give her a hand for Rashika. You sound amazing. How did that feel coming out? I know we talked about your family being Spanish speakers, right? How did that feel to finally start to speak it, read it, right? And does that help you, Rashika?
Yes.
Qué bueno. You did amazing. All right.
¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? I'm sorry, I didn't see in the question for that.
Question for.
Yes. ¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? Cada día entiendo más y más.
Yeah, show some love. You better go. Do you hear this? Do you hear the confidence just exuding out of these amazing masterclass students right now? They're literally speaking the español. Come on, Kevin, come through.
Más sobre eso. Día entiendo más y más.
Muy bien. Did you guys hear how he did a self-correction? That's called the assessment in my Lucas system, where that is so key to perfectionists, right? If you're a perfectionist like me and you mess up, then you can self-correct while you're in the conversation. Show some love to Kevin. Let's go. I love that. Well, good job, Kevin. Okay, Michelle.
¿Me puedes contar más sobre eso? Cada día entiendo más y más.
Oh my goodness, you sound so good, right? Does Michelle sound good in her pronunciation and her calmness? She knows what she's saying, right? I love this for you. Muy bien, Michelle. Look at all this love that you're getting. I love it. Go, Danny. Danny, did you hear that? She literally sounded like she was straight from like Cuba or somewhere, right? She was straight from the Dominican Republic. Like, what are we doing, Danny? We're speaking that Espanol. You sound so good. You're confident.
Boricua.
Yes, keep practicing. You got this. You got this.
Thank you.
All right, one more. Anyone else want to? I'm gonna give a chance for anyone else who wants to practice.
I'll
ahead and
go.
raise your hand. Is it Eva?
Eva,
Eva. Yes.
Eva.
Okay. Díganos. Tell us.
¿me puedes contar más sobre eso?
That's right. Cada. Say it like the TH sound.
Cada
There it is. Cada día.
cada día entiendo más y más.
Muy bien. Eva, let's give some love to Eva. That was perfecto. That was amazing. I love how you sounded and I love how you kept going, even though you weren't quite sure how it would sound. You did that self-assessment and I love that. Muy bien, you guys. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. This is what it's all about, right? One phrase at a time, one person at a time, and you got this. All right. How do you guys feel? Put in the chat right now for those actual phrases that you went over right now. How do you feel in your heart right now as you're learning this language? Is it starting to feel a little bit easier to kind of grasp the language, visually see the phrases, right? Read the phrases, practice and speak the phrases out loud. Those that were my volunteers, I want to thank you so much for volunteering and for being a part of that activity with me. All right. Okay. You guys are saying, yes, this is great. I see the hearts. I see everything. You guys are awesome. Yes. Bueno. I love it. Okay. So let's be honest. Here we are. Did I do what I said I would do? Did I teach you your Spanish phrases today? Yes. You came to a class to learn. Did you learn your Spanish phrases? Are you going to take those phrases and finally practice them so you can speak them in real life, right? And blow people's mind that you're saying these phrases, right? Did I teach you how the type of learner you are? Put that in the chat. Put C in the chat. S-I, okay? Put C if I deliver, if I did what I said I was going to do. Did I call you? Did I text you? Did I email you about this class, right? Am I a woman of my word? Yes? Put in the chat right now because I want you to know that that's the type of community that you're going to have where people are right there in your corner telling you that you can do this. Si puedes hablar en español fácilmente, right? Well, this is why I created this masterclass for you. So you can get just a little bit of a taste of what it's like to be in my world and with our community. So can I have one more favor from you? Okay. One favor. Can I take just about 5 minutes of our time together? I told you to give me 60 minutes. Okay. And so I've been able to stay within my hour, but I just need 5 minutes to really show you a way where you can actually keep learning Spanish with me. Yes, you can learn on YouTube, right? YouTube. You can go over grammar rules. You can go over verb conjugations. you can go down the road where you can do it on your own. But how much fun is that, Eva? Right? To learn Spanish on your own? Like, that's no fun, right? Don't you want this energy that you're experiencing right now inside of a Zoom room, inside of a time of community where you finally feel like you're progressing in your language learning journey? Well, I want to introduce you to something that has truly been amazing for my community. Go ahead and put in the chat right now if I have your permission to share with you everything that is happening within our students and what they get and what you can get as well. Put in the chat right now, put C if you're excited to learn about our Fluency U VIP community that I have put together that has been amazing of seeing results for people that have just stayed connected to the fluency flow. Awesome. I see you guys. I see the C's in the comments. Muy bien. All right. So let me tell you, we have a bi-weekly live coaching workshop where you can meet with me and my language coaches. And this is really helping people that want to fill that community, right? Where they have that busy schedule. They're like, you know what? I really want to learn Spanish, but every time I try and connect, they have Spanish classes every single day for 5 hours a day. I just don't have the time. Okay. I have the time to spend to learn Spanish. Well, let me tell you, bi-weekly is something that I've put together where we meet every single Thursday at 6:30 p.m. East Coast time when you are inside of our community, right? You can have that bi-weekly experience because I've created it and it's made massive results in accountability. So that's $297 just by itself, okay, for you to be a part of that community. But you're not paying that today. The second thing is our personalized homework and assignment accountability. When you have homework, something happens where you're saying, "Oh, somebody cares, somebody's keeping me accountable to the things that I need to learn for me," right? And so that's what I love is being able to have every single week, you're going to have these challenges inside of our school community where I know you, Kevin. I know you, Danny. I know everything that you are struggling with and what you need to work on for that week. And each homework assignment is only about a 1 to 2 minute of your time to practice and actually speak the language, practice the language, so you can finally feel that consistency going on in your life personally. Okay. And that's worth $97 a month value for that alone, just to have something personalized for you. This is not just a cattle call, right? Where you just get like a blanket of information. This is something specific for your needs. And then you have the direct access to me and you get to ask specific questions. I created this because a lot of people struggle with asking the questions for their world, right? Like, how do I say this? And am I pronouncing this right? And what if I want to say this? Or there's so many questions you have as you're learning, and I want to give you a platform where you can get all your questions answered and you feel confident and calm that you know the answers to those questions. So that right there is $197 value a month to be able to have direct access to me. Okay. The other thing that I love is our private VIP community with motivated Spanish learners. How many of you guys enjoy being able to hear like Isaiah, right? Speaking Spanish. Does that help you to know like an 8-year-old is literally beating you right now? Like they're speaking the Spanish, right? Well, let me tell you, that's a $47 a month value because I have created a community of fluent speakers that have come through my program in less than 90 days for their world, where they're finally feeling confident, not just to speak Spanish for themselves, but to encourage you in your Spanish learning journey. Like Andrea, she's right there inside of our school community, inside of our Zoom, cheering people on, right? Because she is on the other side of the goals that she has accomplished to speak to her husband every single day because he is from Panama. And now she's been able to help others as well. And then the last thing, literally, I cannot put a price on it, you guys. It's priceless. It's my Lucas Method Framework. This is something that God gave me over 20 years ago and showed me specifically how to help students learn how to speak Spanish in less than 90 days through my proven Lucas method. And I know a lot of people say, well, don't I need to know grammar rules and verb conjugations to get fluent? No, you don't. You need to know the Lucas method so you know how to navigate through your learning journey. And so that right there has no price because I can't take credit from what God has given me, right? To know that phrase first fluency system is something that has been put together so that you can finally get the results that you need for your world. And this total value for everything above that I just shared with you is $638 a month. Okay. But you're not going to be paying that. How many of you guys want to know what you're going to pay a month just to be in our community, in our world, to be able to book a call with me, right? And connect with me. Let me hear your goals, your fluency goals, so we can find out a strategy to where you're finally feeling confident. Put in the comment section right now if you're like, what? What is it? What is it? Guess. Just put guess. Guess. Put it in the chat. Let's see it. Yes, I see the comments coming. Here it is. Ready? Dun, dun, dun. We are now moving forward into our bonus, okay? I'm going to give you the bonus one-on-one Zoom calls with me. We're going to go over your tailored fluency roadmap, and you'll get that monthly check-in as well when you come into our Fluency U VIP classes and community. And here we are. Go ahead and hover over this QR code and you'll get a chance right now. Just put in the comment section for just $97 per month. You get to come in our world where it's less than $4 and you can finally get all the things that I've just mentioned right now. Okay. So go ahead in the chat, put yo baby yo. Okay. Yo means me. Okay. So if that's you, I will put the link inside of the chat right now. You get connected with Tika, with Andrea, with Sophia, with Ajane, with all of these amazing fluency learners that want to help you and support you along in your journey as well. So go ahead and I see them coming in. Let me go ahead and put the link inside of the chat right now. Once you get registered, this is what is about to happen right now. We are going to celebrate you and we want to know why you are wanting to learn Spanish. Okay, that's the goal. So go ahead and click on this link that you see in the chat, speakspanisheasy.com. Very easy. This is something specifically that you can have at your fingertips where you're inside of our community, you're inside of our Zoom. You get access to that personalized homework, right? You also get access to having that one-on-one Zoom call with me. Tika, Sophia, is Sophia still on here? Tell me a little bit about that. Like, how has that been for you specifically? Andrea, that has come into our world and finally have made an opportunity to say, I've met with her. She's the real deal. Okay. So go ahead and Tika, you want to share a little bit about your experience with meeting with me and us going over your goals?
Sure. I mean, for the first off, I was shocked that you really called. That was very
I'm a woman of my word. Okay. I'm a woman of my word.
She did that, and we set some goals, and I have since started to become more active in Fluency U, and it has made a world of a difference. I mean, each morning I wake up and say, "Mi vas importa." I'm feeling it. I don't. What's my new one too? No tengo miedo, miedo de hablar. I'm not afraid to try and speak, and I'm
Yes.
in public and I'm understanding a whole lot more. I'm practicing with Isaiah. And the whole thing is we've moved to a new community where Spanish is very heavy. And my husband, my son, and I, we all want to learn so badly that we have a competition in our house. And I think Isaiah and I know, I don't think we are winning because we've plugged in to Speak Spanish Easy and we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Ain't that right?
That's right. Yes, we're going to win that challenge. Let's give some love to Tika and Isaiah. They are doing the thing. They are putting in the work. They're literally, you heard the affirmations she's saying, right? Tengo una voz en español, right? I got a voice in Spanish to speak, right? She is saying all the things. And now her body is responding to that as well. It's not just about the language, but how do we build up the person who's speaking the language, right? Who is out there doing this? Who's out there building up the confidence of each and every student? Nobody. Nobody, baby, right? Like nobody's doing it. So the goal is how do we figure this out like Tika did, right? So go ahead and put in the chat. If you signed up, I want you to say done, okay? Put done in the chat and we're going to celebrate you. Go ahead and hover over this QR code right here and go ahead and go to speakspanisheasy.com and get signed up into our Fluency U VIP community today. Okay. today. Yes, he said it's worth it. ¿Sabes qué? If we get you into the room and you stay in the room, you will receive the results. Okay. Now remember, some of you guys that said to yourself, I've tried everything, right? I've tried everything, senora, and literally I can't get fluent. I can't do it. This is the last step to fluency. This is the moment where you finally say, okay, I've done all the work. I've did all the grammar rules and the verb conjugations. I learned all the things. Now it's time for you to finally speak it. Finally build the confidence for you to go to that next level. Awesome, you guys. Let's go ahead and let's hear another testimony today. I actually got a chance to meet with one of my students who bought my Fluency Fast Track course and is a part of our community. And his name is Derek. And I want you guys to hear his testimony. And then the next person you're going to hear from is Andrea. So, Andrea, get ready, okay? Get ready because I'm about to have people hear your story about how you went from speaking a few phrases to now speaking many every single day, okay? Every single day. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this testimony that I'm going to share with you guys. And let me see here. Yes, allow. Okay. All right. Okay. This is Derek, and he's going to share with you a little bit about his story. So let's go ahead and take a listen later. But okay, so Derek, tell me, what's happening? You did the Fluency Fast Track course.
Yes. So I was able to use a lot of the Spanish, as I said. It was Spanish that I knew, some words, but then since I took your course, that helped me out so much. Like I can't even express to you. So when I get to the Dominican Republic, nobody really spoke Spanish, but all of the modules, like we were going in from me asking, they were asking like how much, but I was like, ¿Cuánto cuesta? And the lady was like, 25. And I said, so my sisters, my friends, they were like, what, how much is it? I was like, it's 25. So everybody freaked out. Oh, we didn't know you knew Spanish. And even when we went out to order, I came in and then I told the lady, I was like, Grupo de tres, Grupo de cuatro. And I said, Entiendo. And the lady said, sí, yes, sí, yeah. And I said, Cerveza Modelo tres. And everybody was like, oh my God. They was like, you didn't tell me you knew in Spain, I said, well, I told y'all that I had been studying, but we didn't know that you knew. So your courses have been very, very, very helpful. I just didn't understand a lot of like they speak so fast.
That
So
part.
I did tell them, I was like, estoy aprendiendo español. And they all tell me, they were like, bien though. So I was like, oh, they telling me that I'm good because they thought that I knew Spanish. They really thought that I knew. And I was like, I know. They was like, Paquito. I said, a little more than Paquito, a little more. But I said, estoy aprendiendo español. They said, okay.
Um, well, so if somebody's looking at Speak Spanish Easy, like what would you tell them if they were looking and saying, hey, I tried language apps, I wasn't fluent. I tried doing different courses, I wasn't fluent. After going through the fast track course, like and being a part of that connection, remember we did our call and
Yes.
mapping out exactly what you wanted to learn. How was that experience of being able to meet with me personally?
Very good because so I would tell people if you're trying to take the course because the biggest thing in life and even at your job, you're holding them accountable. So if you want to learn, if you're being held accountable, then you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. So I would say you have to take the course so you can learn, and then you're gonna hold us accountable, and that's all the difference in the world. So, and then I was letting people know that I was learning Spanish. So I know at the Planet Fitness that I go to, they told me at the front desk, they was like, we're only going to speak Spanish to you. That's the only way you're going to learn. And so sometimes I'll tell them that I didn't understand, but they would still help me.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for entrusting me with your journey, your Spanish fluency journey. This is just the beginning. Okay, Derek. But thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you on the other side of fluency.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. How you guys were inspired by Derek? Go ahead and put in the chat right now if you're like, what? He went to the Dominican Republic and they thought he was fluent in Spanish? Oh, yes. That's what's happening over here in these streets, okay? These fluency streets. Awesome. You guys, I got some love to give to Michelle. Let's show some love right now to Michelle Hansen. She is now part of our Fluency U VIP. Woo! Let's hear from Michelle right now. Let's hear from her of why she wants to learn Spanish, because I truly believe that it will inspire you as well. Maybe her why, right? So let's show some love to her, show some corazones to her at this time. Michelle, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Felicidades! Congratulations. I'm so excited to be able to teach you. Make sure you book that call with me, okay, girl? Because I can't wait to hear how we can get you fluent in the next 90 days. So go ahead and tell everybody why you joined Fluency U VIP.
Well, like I said, I've lived in California my whole life and I've, heard so much Spanish and I've tried at different times to learn. And I'm also a teacher. And so a lot of my students are Spanish speakers and their parents. So I want to be able to communicate with them better and more frequently. So
I love that. Let's show some love to Michelle. If you have been on the fence, if you're thinking about joining like Michelle just did, here is the link right here. Hover over this QR code. And I want you guys to get connected like Michelle is, because hearing her say that she's a teacher and she wants to communicate with her students, that is huge. Michelle, imagine being able every single day to communicate to your students, let them feel seen, let them feel heard, right? And then also be able to know that you can have parent teacher conferences in Spanish. How would that make you feel, Michelle, knowing that you're on that road towards fluency?
oh my God, it would make my life so much easier.
I love it. I cannot wait to meet with you. Definitely book that call. I cannot contain the excitement. Okay. I wish you could guys just see the fireworks that are going through my head right now because of all the things I want to do with you, right? To be able to go to that next level with you. So show your love to Michelle as she is starting her fluency journey. And for those that are still with us, you guys are like, man, should I do this? Let me see. I don't know. Let me move this around. Let me do this around. Let me tell you, you guys, this is your moment. Okay. This is your moment to finally make a decision. You have so many times that you have invested how many months in Duolingo and you still not fluent, right? Let's go ahead and cancel that. Let's cancel that subscription. And let's come over here into our Fluency U VIP community and let's finally have the success that you've been waiting for with speaking Spanish, just as Michelle did. Go ahead and put in the chat right now, put yo baby yo if you have done the decision. You have put in your credit card information, you did all the things on your end, you went to the website, you heard the testimonials, and now this is your time. Yes, let's go. I see some more chats coming in. Yeah, Daryl, you know I'm talking to you. You know I'm talking to you. So let's go. Let's go. Let's finally do this. I'm waiting on you, Daryl. I'm waiting to celebrate you because I could definitely see you speaking to your community and them just being wow out there in Texas. Okay, so let's get you fluent. All right. Okay, so as you guys see this QR code, hover over it. If you have a camera on your phone, you can do this. If you're on your laptop, right? Or you can go to speakspanisheasy.com. It's on the chat. I want to make sure that every single one of you guys have a chance to get in here. And I'm putting it inside of the chat one more time for you. So it's easy for you to go to speakspanisheasy.com. Get plugged in, save your spot. We're going to be having class this next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. And you need to be in that class. Okay. We have our top linguist coaches, Sade, out there in Baltimore. She is doing the thing. She went through my 90 days. She's fluent, okay, for her world. She's speaking Spanish as a therapist, and she is helping her clients. She's speaking to the parents. She's speaking to her coworkers in Spanish, and she's blowing their minds. You want to meet her. You want to meet people like Andrea, which I'm going to give Andrea some time to talk as well. I want you to know that you can be at that level, not to say that she feels the most confident and saying she's got everything together, you guys. But when I tell you Andrea has put in the work, She has come to the classes. She has done the course. She has been in classes outside of my class, okay, practicing her Spanish with other VIP students. So you hear from Andrea. Go ahead, Andrea. Share with them a little bit about how this experience has been for you.
Okay. Well, my motivation is my husband. And you probably heard me say this before, but he was in the hospital and he was only speaking Spanish. He's from Panama. And I didn't know what in the world he was saying. And it was very, very sick. And I said, I don't know what he's saying. And that really upset me. So that was several years ago. And it wasn't until I saw Professor Chris on the TikTok. And I saw her how she was presenting the class, and I say that would be something that I could put my head around, my head around that because I had the books. I got so many books. My husband said, just throw them away. But I haven't thrown them away yet because I said, "Oh yeah, let me just go and look and make sure that I'm saying something right." But over time, when I met with her, she gave me a framework where I could speak to him in Spanish. And every morning when we wake up, I say, "¿Cómo estás, papi?" He say, "Muy bien." And I would ask him, "¿Cómo se siente?" How do you feel? And then I would ask him, "¿Qué quieres para desayunar?" And he said, "Oh, ¿quieres desayunar?" So, yo no sé. But we go back like that, back and forth every day. And just happened today, he was talking to my sister-in-law in Panama, and I wasn't afraid to talk to her. I said, "¿Cómo está, mami? ¿Cómo está?" "Oh, muy bien, pero" So, and I wasn't afraid to ask her what if I couldn't understand something. I said, "Discúlpame, despacio, por favor," and she would repeat it a little bit longer. So, okay, that way I was taking control of the conversation because I wasn't afraid to say that I didn't understand what she was saying. And then he spoke to another friend of ours in North Carolina from the DR, and he had his mother there, and she didn't speak any English at all. So I said, "Tu cara bonita, mommy." And she was so happy that I said that to her. And that made me feel good. So I didn't have the full conversation, but I had enough to say whether I could, I get my point across or my message across. So it wasn't for Professor Chris. Yes, she gave us the affirmations, and those are very important because as adults, we've tried so many things, but it doesn't work. So here's a gift, a way, a key to unlock that door to learning and to understanding. And I would take it when I get in the community, I see what the question is for the day, and if it's something that I have to take a week to do, then I'll do that. But otherwise, I'm recording what my feelings is about it. So that interaction builds and builds and builds until you have a conversation. It may not be a, a thesis conversation, but it's something that you can put a smile on somebody's face, and and you can smile as well. So I will just go join our community. I'll be there. You'll see us there working and correcting each other or pushing each other and asking questions of each other. And that brings on conversations too. So I don't know what that word is, but let me go look it up and see an answer, huh? you know. So that's how we do it there. And it's nice, it's easy, it's encouraging, it's no rush, it's just pleasant to learn. And that's how you learn when you're not rushed.
That's it. Let's show some love to Andrea. That testimony right there is, and I didn't pay her for it, okay? So I just want you to know this is from her heart, from her corazón, her journey, her story, and how she truly desires to see so many others get the same gift of this beautiful language the way that it was presented to her, right? So how many of you guys were encouraged by Andrea right now? Because if you were and you're thinking about joining VIP, you're like, man, this would be amazing. Can you imagine just 3 months from now having simple conversations in Spanish, ordering your food in Spanish, being able to introduce yourself in Spanish, right? Being able to have conversations like Michelle, having conversations on her job where she's now making an impact with the people that she loves and she serves and cares about, right? Which are her students. This right here is available to you for just $97 a month. This can be yours because I'm going to walk through it with you. As you saw that I'm a woman of my word before you even came into this class, I'm a woman of my word after. When you come into this, you're going to book a call with me. We're going to go over this strategy. I'm gonna keep you accountable. I'm gonna hold your virtual hand. Okay, grab my hand right now, everybody. Grab my hand. Okay, here it is. And let me tell you, I will not let go until you feel confident and fluent in this language for your world. All right. So come on, Arlita, Danny, Daryl, Eva, Gina. I'm calling you guys out right now. I'm calling you out. Let's go. Let's go. I see you guys. SpeakSpanishEasy.com. It's in the comment section right now. Go ahead and grab your spot today. I see you, Rashika, Sharifa, Sean, Cheryl, Wes. Yes, go ahead.
I always want to say too in the chat, GPT chat, you're there. That helps out a whole lot too. When you want to practice like a short conversation, you just put it up. I want to role play with you, conversation of ordering food or buying a dress or whatever. And the chat GPT with Professor will guide you through that. She'll give you, if you put in like A1 or A2, she'll give you all of that vocabularies to help you count. And then you talk back and forth. You can go over it several times until you go, oh, I got this conversation down real good. So, and then you move on to another scenario. So I like that.
Thank you so much for mentioning that. I put in the chat right now what she's talking about is something that I provide as a bonus. Whenever you're in VIP, if I create something, right, you get access to it, right? Like I have an elevator workbook pitch where people can finally feel confident in less than 3 months to introduce themselves, right? I have the Professora Chris Chat AI, which is another bonus that's on top of it, right? Where I could charge you, but I don't because I want to be able to give you all the resources you can to finally feel fluent. So when you come into class on Tika, you're going to get an access to that link for the Professora Chris Chat AI. You also will have access to my private podcast for those that want to be able to listen to affirmations in Spanish. That's going to help you, right? To finally get, like Tika was saying earlier, that's going to help you. All right, Danny. Yes, let's go. She's looking at it right now. Let's go, Danny. I know you can do this. Tú puedes. All right. If you're still on the fence right now and saying to yourself, well, I got some questions, Professora Chris. Okay. Do I need any Spanish experience to join? Because I feel intimidated because I barely know anything. Not at all. I want to tell you, all levels, just like you heard Isaiah. He 8 years old. Okay. He's in here with his mama. Complete beginners are welcome. You never have to know a Spanish word in your life in order to be in this right place, right? And so this is really important for you to understand that all are welcome. Number 2, how much time do I need each week? A lot of people have busy lives. Well, our bi-weekly sessions are approximately 60 to 90 minutes long. So when you come in, I need you to be prepared for that, right? To be sitting somewhere where you can focus and practice on the things that we're learning for that class. That's twice a month, okay? When I say bi-weekly, that means twice a month, 2 times. So 2 hours a month. Does that make sense? 2 hours, 2 horas out of all the hours in the month, right? 2 hours is what I need from you. What if you tried everything, right? And nothing worked? Good. I love that for you because that just shows you that you are an action taker. You're like, I did the language app. I'm not fluent. I did the Rosetta Stone. I'm still not fluent. You're the exact person I want to work with, like Michelle, right? Traditional apps, grammar heavy classes, all of that, those actually fail adult learners. That doesn't help you to actually become fluent. But it's through my Lucas method where you have that phrase-based practical knowledge of conversation that starts to help build conversations, right? And the last question that I get all the time is, if I cancel, if it's not for me, is that okay? Yes, it is. Okay. I want to tell you this is a monthly membership. Okay. There's no long-term contracts, no commitments. I want you to be in as long as possible so you can see results. That's all that I ask. Like, don't shortchange yourself and be like, oh, I tried it for 10 days. I'm not fluent. No, literally get to a class, right? Book a call with me. Like, do the work, do the thing, and start to see the results. And that's what's going to build the confidence, like you heard Tika say, right? Like, ever since I've been connected to Speak Spanish Easy, it's a total different ballgame. I'm now finally feeling confident to speak it. So hover over this QR code that you see right here and get connected, or go to speakspanisheasy.com. And if you're listening to this and you've been on this podcast and you're saying, man, how do I get connected? What's happening? Go to the link in my show notes because that's where you can find the link to get connected to our VIP community, and it will change your life. Awesome, you guys. All right, I'm going to give you guys one more chance. Those that are still with us, go ahead and go to speakspanisheasy.com, click on the link, and get connected to our VIP community. Make sure you put in the chat that you have signed up so we can celebrate you right here in this masterclass. And I want to make sure that we acknowledge you. Okay. All right. As I'm sharing with Michelle right now and the rest of you guys that will be joining us in our class next week, this is our first VIP class of this month. I absolutely am so excited to meet my new students coming on in. I just want to say gracias. Thank you so much for entrusting me with your journey of learning Spanish. You're going to have immediate access once you sign up for the VIP community. Okay. The moment you join, you're going to get everything in an email, right? Tika, can you share a little bit about this process, right? The welcome email, meeting with me. Like, was it seamless? Was it easy, right? Can you
Easy, way too easy. I mean, it's as simple as sending an email and wham, the call came. You know what? Let's back it all the way up. As
uh,
as I signed up during a master class like this, I got a call the same day. The same day. I was like, oh my God, she called me. And I missed it. And I said, she ain't gonna call back. That was fake. So I sent the text message and you called right back. That was it. That was it for me. Best
thanks,
the
Tika.
best decision I've made for myself in a long time. I mean, it's worth skipping Popeyes, skipping Wingstop to invest in myself because I want to be included. I gotta know. I gotta be in these conversations.
That's it. That's it. I love that. Thank you so much, Tika. And so as you can see, we care about you. We care about communicating effectively with you, right? We don't want you lost in translation of the next steps. So make sure you book that call, Michelle, and everyone else that is joining us in this VIP this week. We're going to have our next class, okay? And you're going to get a chance to meet all of the students that have been through our 90-day program, all that are inside of our VIP community, and for those that are truly just beginners, just like you. So vamos, let's go. Let's have you speaking your Spanish officially beginning today, okay? And let's speak out loud with boldness and confidence. Just know you're not too old, right? You're not too busy. You just need the right method and the right teacher. And I can't wait to see you on the inside. And I can't wait to hear you're speaking Spanish with confidence for your world. Let's go, vamos. Muchas gracias. Thank you for being a part of our Fluency Friday for today. And I hope you enjoyed just a little taste of what it's like to be a part of Speak Spanish Easy. Muchas gracias. Y adiós a todos y nos vemos prontos. Adiós. Take care. Gracias. Adiós, Kevin.
Bye
Adiós.
bye.
Adios.
Adiós, Isaiah. Adiós, Eva. Adiós, Wes. Adiós, Daryl. Nos vemos pronto. I'll see you guys in class, okay? Adiós.
Oh,
Gracias. Gracias.